Night fell. A desert owl hooted. Shadows stretched across the sands. The ancient tomb, silent for centuries, felt the tremor of footsteps. Not the shuffling gait of archaeologists, but the hurried, determined steps of thieves. They came under cover of darkness, their faces hidden, their tools sharp. The old world held its breath, the air crackled with anticipation. The lock, rusted and reluctant, finally gave way. The heavy stone door groaned open, releasing the scent of time and dust. Inside, the burial chamber lay bare. The thieves cursed. The prize, a sarcophagus of obsidian black, was gone. They had been too slow, or perhaps just unlucky.
Whispers began in the village the next day. The tomb of King Arian, the Just, lay empty. Who would dare disturb the eternal sleep of a king? Fear, cold and insidious, crept through the hearts of the villagers. The desert, they knew, held many secrets. Some were best left buried.
The desert wind carried more than whispers. It bore the stench of death. The thieves, one by one, met gruesome ends, found in their homes, contorted in fear, their faces frozen in silent screams. The villagers whispered of a curse, the wrath of a king, disturbed. A stranger arrived, tall with eyes as dark as the desert night. He moved with an almost unnatural grace. His name was Khalil, a scholar of ancient lore. He listened intently to the whispers, his gaze fixed on the horizon. He had heard the stories, dismissed them as folklore, but the fear in the villagers' eyes held a chilling truth.
A Jinn, an old woman croaked, her voice raspy with age. A Jinn guards the king's peace. Khalil knew of Jinns, powerful creatures of smokeless fire. They were often bound to guard treasures, their loyalty fierce, their vengeance swift. But what treasure could be worth such a curse?
The old woman, her face a roadmap of wrinkles, led Khalil to a forgotten corner of the desert. "This is where he waits," she whispered, pointing to a dilapidated well, choked with sand and time. "The Jinn." The air around the well felt different, charged with an unseen energy. Khalil, heart pounding, approached the well. He spoke, his voice clear and strong. "Jinn, I seek your wisdom. Tell me of the curse." The wind picked up, swirling sand around them. A voice, ancient and filled with sorrow, echoed from the well.
"I am bound to this land," the Jinn's voice boomed, "to guard a love that transcends death itself." He spoke of a princess, laid to rest centuries ago, her tomb hidden near the king's. A love story, tragic and timeless. The Jinn, bound by a promise to her father, guarded her eternal sleep.
The thieves, blinded by greed, had stumbled upon the princess's tomb. They sought gold and jewels, unaware of the love that guarded her.
The Jinn, his anger echoing through the desert wind, had exacted his revenge. But the curse, he revealed, was tied to the princess's stolen sarcophagus.
Khalil listened, his mind racing. The princess's tomb! He had seen it, hidden in plain sight. The thieves, in their haste, had overlooked the smaller, more delicate carvings that marked her final resting place. They had taken the king's treasure, but unknowingly, they had also stolen the princess's peace.
"Return what was taken," he pleaded. "Restore the balance and the curse will be lifted."
Khalil, now understanding the true cost of the theft, knew what he had to do. He had to find the sarcophagus and return it to its rightful place. The trail was cold, but Khalil, guided by intuition and the whispers of the wind, followed the thieves' tracks. He found their abandoned camp, the sarcophagus discarded, its value meaningless in the face of death. The princess's image, carved in delicate relief, gazed up at him.
He returned to the village, the heavy sarcophagus slung across his back. The villagers watched, their eyes wide with a mixture of fear and hope. Khalil, with a newfound respect for the ancient stories, carried the sarcophagus to the princess's tomb.
As he placed it gently back in its resting place, the air crackled with energy. The wind died down, the desert falling silent. The curse was broken. Khalil returned to the well, drawn by an invisible force. The Jinn's voice, no longer filled with anger, but with a deep, resonating sadness, echoed around him.
"You have shown great courage," the Jinn said, "and for that I am grateful."
The Jinn, bound by duty and love, remained trapped. His love for the princess, a love that had transcended death itself, kept him tethered to the desert.
"I am bound to this place," the Jinn sighed, "until her spirit finds peace."
Khalil felt a pang of sympathy for the Jinn. He understood the weight of love, the sacrifices it demanded. He knew in his heart that this was not the end of the story. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the sand, Khalil left the well. He carried with him the weight of the Jinn's story, the knowledge that love, even in death, held a powerful sway. He would find a way to help the Jinn to reunite him with his love.
The desert held its secrets close, but Khalil had learned that sometimes the greatest treasures were not found in gold or jewels, but in the echoes of forgotten stories. Stories of love, loss, and the enduring power of the human heart.
He glanced back at the well, a silent promise hanging in the air. The desert wind whispered, carrying the promise on the wind. The Jinn waited, his love a beacon in the darkness. The sands of time, Khalil knew, held the answer. He would find it.